Hey, I'm Devin Allen at the BMA for the hip hop show. Hope you love it. I wanted to sit down with some of my friends and family, just talk about the culture, the influence of hip hop in Baltimore. We here. This is the hip hop show at BMA. You know, it's about hip hop history, the influence, and everything that it is culture. So, I wanted to sit down with some of my favorite people, but I picked everyone that I felt like either knew good hip hop and are close to me. So, I'm sitting here with my godmother. I had my cousin up here, my mom up here, my best friends. Godmommy, what's your
Yes.
name? Who I'm sitting with?
I am Tracey Fuller. I am Devin's godmom.
Hailing from East Baltimore.
East Baltimore, all day,
Yeah.
every day, born and raised.
Yeah, and when I pick people, I want to make sure people can understand, just the history is so vast. So, I had, Condwani up here earlier. We were around the same age. We listened to a lot of the same music. But I wanted you and my mom up here because I know y'all know good music. But, y'all old. So y'all was here before hip hop. But
Okay.
when I was born, hip hop was already here. But like when it came on the scene, like what was like a song that made you a fan of just hip hop, the genre? Like, your first song. We talked about some Sugar Hill. We talked about some of those classics, African Bambaataa, a lot of those things. Like, what song comes to mind?
I remember actually going to the concert. It was that song Planet Rock. And oh my God, it was crazy because I'd never seen, people dressed crazy, and it was just gone. It was just wild. The whole crowd was wild. But even before that, I can remember going to New York from Long Island. My family's from Long Island, so they were really, really into hip hop. So we went to a club. And we went to see this rapper, and it was singing a song. It was called Dollar Bill. And I'm like, I never heard it. But not years later, but some months later, almost a year later, the rapper came out. It was a rapper named Jimmy Spicer. Had never heard of it. He was signed to Russell Simmons' label. So I was involved with hip hop because New York was like I wanted to live there. I thought when growing up, that's where I'm gonna live. I finally used to go on my own. I met my husband, my daughter's dad. He was from New York. So they were really, really into the hip hop scene. A lot of the rappers, they kind of knew, but didn't hang around, but they didn't know of them because they did the whole basketball scene, being out playing hoops, living in the projects, that kind of thing. So hip hop to me was just like, it was like right there. That's all I used to listen to because being, with your first love or whatever, you
had to find that one song that symbolized them.
Oh.
That you played. What was that hip hop song that you played? Like, I remember like having like a song that I would play for a girl. And rap music a little different. Like you have that song. It's like, I play it for this girl. Like what was that hip hop song that symbolized you?
Okay, so right now, to this day, Mary J. Blige and Lil' Kim.
Lil' Kim.
I Can Love You Better.
Oh, that's a classic.
Lord.
That's a classic.
That song right there, I thought, I can sing. I think I can sing. So I'm like, I'm going to do the Mary J. Blige part, and then, I'm going to become this rapper as well and do the Lil' Kim part. But I'm telling you, I can sing that song today.
And that's one thing about hip hop that I love with these conversations. DDM, he brought up Lil' Kim as like one of his like favorite rappers. You talk, my mom and you brought up Mary J. Blige. We love the 411. My mom talked about pushing me out, the salt and pepper, which is crazy. Push it. Look at this. How does it feel, to see like just black women in hip hop dominating? In a space where, it's mostly, men take up a lot of that space. But then you got people like Lil' Kim and the Eves, the Queen Latifah is the MC Light, like the history of just like black women coming into the rap game and owning space.
I think one thing though, they don't get the respect that they deserve, because they were the pioneers for the new artists today, the rappers, the lady rappers today. I don't think they get enough credit. They were, back in the day, they set the goal. They had, you know, all of the business sense in order to keep their careers going. And then look at them today, they're still going strong. Even bringing in new people to listen to their music, the new rappers, emulating them. And yeah, I think they were the ones that actually brought hip hop to another level. I mean, the guys, it was good, but to see some women rappers, it was nothing like it at all.
Facts. You know, you talked about the scene, you know, and that's something that hip hop, you know, is something that connects us all as we walk through life. You talk about the basketball scene, you know, the club. You know, for me, you know, it was the Hammerjacks, the Paradox. You know, that's where I went to hear my favorite songs, and I would dance. You know, Baltimore, our club music, we got that song, Dance My Pain Away. The club and that culture is like where you go to like release and party. And my mom kind of touched on it. She was at Odell's and Great Gatsby's. You know, like this is the hip hop documentary part of that history. And I find that Baltimore, a lot of our history is in our stories. And that's why I wanted to do this. But where was you partying, or where was you going in Baltimore to hear your favorite song?
Okay, so it was definitely after Odell's, because you know that was the ultimate place to go. Everybody,
because you knew if you belonged, that was the slogan, right?
You know if you belong. I mean, there was bumper stickers, T-shirts, and everything, and it was just a saying, and everybody knew. So Odell's, there was a club called the Zodiac Club. It was
Zodiac.
Yes, it was up the street from Odell's, and it was kind of it was a smaller place, but it was a place where you could go if you couldn't get into Odell's, because Odell's was not the easiest place to get into. You had to, you know, you had to be selected at the door, and if you didn't fit, Jackie Brock was saying, you gotta go. So you had to find somewhere else to go. And then after Odell's kind of fizzled out, we used to go to the Gatsby's. The Gatsby's. And
that I know is Club Choices.
Yes, yes. But when it was the Gatsby's, it was kind of a spinoff from Odell's, but a little bit more, a little upscale, just a little bit. And that was a place that we would go to listen to the hip hop, and then we started getting, you know, into more of the R&B because you started, you know, getting older. But for me, hip hop just will never be out of my realm of listening to music, because I love it. It's like the soundtrack of our lives. It really, really is.
Facts.
It really,
you know,
really is.
We talked about the Gatsby's and like, you know, if you belong, you had to be fly. You know, and we touched a little bit on fashion and things like that, how hip hop influenced it. But like when hip hop hit, you know, I see a lot of throwback pictures, you know, like growing up, you had the bamboo earrings, the bumper curls, you had all this style. Definitely when it came to like the women, you know, you think about the women rappers, MC Light, and then they would have all the rings on the finger with the big hoops. Like, what was you rocking back in the day when you went out? You know, we talked about the men's style side of things. Let's talk about the women and how women, the rap is in that space for women, and how it changed how you dress and how you carry yourself.
So you definitely was rocking an asymmetrical hairstyle, okay? So, you know, I know it probably sounds crazy where one side of your hair is longer than the other, but if you got it done right, you got it done at the best salons. Your 8-ball jackets, yes, leggings. Let's see, what else do we used to have? The denim jackets and stuff that used to come out, and they would start embellishing them, and, you know, so it definitely was a distinctive look. And you look at people deciding to have parties, 80s parties and that kind of thing, you definitely know where that came from. It definitely came from the hip hop era.
Cool. So now, let me see. All right. You riding around, you got your family in town from Long Island, and they say, man, put me on with some Baltimore music. What you playing? It gotta be somebody from Baltimore. Like, who you gonna put on for? Just pick a song. I know that's tough, but it could be a club music, a jam. It could be, you know, it's something that you could throw and you know you're gonna vibe to, you know. You know, for instance, like one song that you know, when I think about, you know, just hip hop, a lot of people don't give club music and I house music enough love in that round, you know, the percolator, pork chops and onion gravy, all we, you know, like all those throwback songs. You know, you got your family in town, you got to throw something on. It can come from any generation, but it has to be Baltimore.
But I say definitely Dance My Pain Away.
Dance My Pain Away.
I still, when I hear that song, I mean, because it's just, it has the rhythm and it just lets you get into the song, and no matter how you feel, and it's going to pick you up. It's going to pick you up. So definitely Dance My Pain Away.
And before you leave, I know I got to pull it back out, Ladies Night. Ladies Night. You sitting with my mom, no DJ, no request. You know she's not gonna play the song you want. We gotta fight.
We almost got into
She learned how to work Apple
Music.
She'll take your phone and start playing what she wanna hear.
Oh yeah.
You know, you talked about, and you know, hip hop is like, it's a story to our life. But like, just talk about like the positivity of like just like Women's Night, playing that music, getting that vibe. You worked all week and it's like cut down. Like let's talk about Ladies Night.
It's you know, you worked all week. It's you going through some things. It's I'm calling you. I'm coming over. Like, okay, I got you. And yeah, she was DJ no request. If you tried to request a song, no, that wasn't happening. But yeah, it was coming over, fellowshipping with people that you enjoy. Some people you just meet, because not everybody was a regular. Sometimes somebody bring a friend, and you know, we were there until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And she always had these songs that would take you out to let you know it's time to go. It was just like everybody had this thing in their mind, like, okay, she playing that song, it's time for us to go. Nobody said anything, everybody just got up, and it was time to go. So I really enjoyed those ladies' night. It got me through a whole lot of things. You know, her being able to tap into what I was going through. And there was another thing where she would play something and we would surprise each other. You know that song? Yeah, I know that song. And I'm talking about songs from, you know, way back in the day. So it connected us. That was one of the things that brought us closer as being friends. So yeah, music was definitely a part of our friendship, our lives right now, that 20-year plus strong.
Yeah. Hip hop, man, it brings us together.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mari, for sitting with me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Love you too, babe.